Que Dios los bendiga a todos. Buenas noches. Dominicano soy, de mis raíces yo no voy a olvidarme. Soy de la loma y lo llevo en la sangre. Montecristeño por la gracia de Dios. Por alta que esté mi estrella, no me olvido de mi gente. Quiero ser fiel a mi tierra y cantar sencillamente. Y no quiero que se me olvide mis primeras inquietudes, el color de mi bandera, mi sentir dominicano. Dominicano soy, un luminoso milagro de amor, un pedacito de verde esperanza. En el mismito camino de Dios.
Thank you, everyone. I wanted to say thank you for joining us this evening for this beautiful, it happens to be the first kickoff of the borough celebration for the Dominican Day Parade. And guess what? It's not only a beautiful day, but it's here in the Bronx. So that's exciting, right? Our borough. And by coincidence, like we didn't plan it, but it happened to be at the end of the celebration of the Bronx Week. Wonderful celebration. And I want to take this opportunity to thank our borough president, Ruben Diaz, for hosting this event. Thank you. And like many of you in the audience, this is not only a wonderful day for us, but Ruben Diaz happened to share the mission of the Dominican Day Parade Board, as well as you as a member of the community, elected officials, member of the some different organizations. You share our mission and our vision to not only elevate the Dominican community, but making sure that we get support, that we get acknowledgement, that we recognize the talent, the heritage of the Dominicans in this borough, in all the boroughs, but specifically now in the Bronx that we're here. So I want to thank everybody for the support.
Once again, thank you to everyone for coming out. I hope you guys are enjoying the food, the wine here as we celebrate Dominican heritage and culture, the contributions of this great community here in not only in New York City, but in the entire nation, as we highlight the accomplishments and with this great organization, which culminates in a great parade in August. We are the National Dominican Day Parade. I would like to take this opportunity to thank and to also acknowledge our sponsors, Presidente, Red Bull, Areito Bar and Grill, Papi Wines, Parrilla Restaurant, Bronx Terminal Market, High Vida Water, Univision, Juan y su equipo de Health First. Where are you, Juan? Ramona Torres y su grupo de jóvenes bailarines. And last but not least, of course, the Bronx Borough President, Ruben Diaz Jr. Thank you.
I just wanted to acknowledge.
No problem.
Oh, say, can you see by so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Quisqueyanos valientes, alcemos nuestro canto con viva emoción, y del mundo a la faz ostentemos nuestro invicto glorioso pendón. Salve el pueblo que intrépido y fuerte a la guerra morir se lanzó, cuando el bélico recto de muerte sus cadenas de esclavo rompió. Ningún pueblo ser libre merece si es esclavo, indolente y servil, si en su pecho la llama no crece que templó el heroísmo viril. Mas Quisqueya, la indómita y brava, siempre altiva la frente alzará, que si fuere 1000 veces esclava, otras tantas ser libre sabrá.
Si ahora viene tú con Rubén Díaz, la introducción.
Hello, everyone. ¿Hay cariño o no hay cariño? To Christina and Franklin, thank you for hosting this evening. Let's give them a strong round of applause. I want to welcome everyone to Veterans Hall here at Borough Hall. I want to thank, we have a debate going on here. In English, he is the chairman of the Dominican Day Parade, Wilton Cedeño. In Spanish, he is el presidente del Desfile Dominicano Nacional, right? To you, to Maria Curie, to my good friend Diana Reina, and to all of the board members, thank you for having us host you once again. Now, for those of you who are not clear, Dominican Heritage Month and the celebrations that I do is in February. This is about bringing awareness to the National Dominican Day Parade. And so the board, they go and they have someone host them, preferably the borough presidents, in every borough, so that we can start raising awareness that leads up to not only the events, but ultimately the parade, which is in Manhattan on August 11th. Now, I'm so happy that they've allowed us to host again this year. Let me tell you why. I'm a little hoarse, I'm a little sore, because we just celebrated 10 days of Bronx Week. And by having us host you today, what it's done is that it actually extended that celebration. Why do I say that? When you look at the Bronx, we're not perfect. I don't try to pretend that everything is perfect, but we have come a long way and there's a lot to celebrate. We've come a long way around economic development. We've come a long way when you see the small businesses that are flourishing in our borough, the housing that's being built. We've come a long way in how the different communities have taken it upon themselves to rebuild our parks. We have a lot to celebrate, and the Dominican community is very much a part of the stakeholders in that celebration, and that's why it's important that we do this here today and extend the celebration of Bronx Week. A parade is more than just waving your flag, and you do that. La bandera de tricolores, tricolor. It's more than just dancing. It has to be. The parade is more than just floats and music. A parade has to be about the significance of an entire community, and in many ways, individuals who have invested so much to make the Bronx, this city, this state, and this country better. And when you look at the Dominican community, just a couple of weeks ago, I was a keynote speaker at Adasa. And Adasa is an organization comprised of the supervisors in our educational system. There are so many Dominicans who are superintendents and principals and vice principals and teachers who are making sure that our children, whether they're Dominican or not, are getting the best education possible. When you look at the police department and the fact that so much has happened in the Bronx, that's because we've been safer than we've ever been since 1951. And not only do we have so many Dominicans at every level in the NYPD, we've even had Dominicans who have sacrificed their lives for the safety of the people of the Bronx and the people of this city. When you look at this very courthouse, people like the Honorable Bianca Perez, who's a Dominican, proud Dominican judge. Yeah, let's give us some round of applause, yes. We have lawyers and doctors and families like the Jacobo family, whose daughters have been professionals in different fields, who have made sure that they've given back the way their father taught them. We have individuals like Yudelka Tapia, who's a good friend of mine, who 23 years ago, Maria, 23 years ago, when I was a young buck, I'm already old, I don't have hair anymore. 23 years ago, when I was 22, and very few people believed in me to run for office, it was Yudelka and people like Juan Magnon and David, who's not, I don't see David here, who helped me out, knocked on doors, and believed in my candidacy. I didn't win that race, but they gave me the confidence to move forward. They gave me the confidence to run again. And here I am 23 years later as the president of the Boogie Down Bronx. Voy a hablar en español, que soy bien. El propósito de sentirnos orgullosos de la bandera, no solamente bailar y cantar, sino también dándole reconocimiento a una comunidad, la comunidad dominicana, que ha hecho todo lo posible de llegar aquí, no solamente en el Bronx, sino en la ciudad de Nueva York, mejorando la comunidad. Cuando se está hablando aquí en el condado de Papa Dios, el condado de la salsa arengue, no hay ninguna duda que aunque no somos perfectos, pero que el desarrollo económico, la creación de vivienda asequible, de la salud y la seguridad de nuestras calles, gracias al departamento policial, que los dominicanos es una gran parte del progreso del condado del Bronx, no hay ninguna duda. Entonces estamos aquí celebrando el compromiso, las contribuciones de la comunidad dominicana, no solamente en el Bronx, sino también a nivel de la ciudad de Nueva York. Y nosotros, seamos dominicanos o no, el día 11 de agosto tenemos que estar ahí dándole la gracia a la comunidad dominicana en ese gran desfile, en esa gran parada. For those of you who are not Dominican, raise your hand. If you're not Dominican, raise your hand. Raise your right hand. You're going to take an oath. You are Dominican today. You're going to be Dominican on August 11th. If you like, I'm going to stop here. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop here. If you like what's happening in the Bronx, follow me here. If you like the turnaround that we are experiencing here, if you like what's happening in the Bronx, we cannot write this book without dedicating a strong chapter to the Dominican community. The Dominican community are hundreds of thousands strong right here in the Bronx. They're creating jobs. They're men and women in business. They provide services. And so, if you're not Dominican, the least that we can do is not only be here today, but be there on August 11th and say thank you to the Dominican community for making us better. I know that we're paying a special recognition to someone who could not be here today, Señor Presidente, Mr. Chairman, right? Pero Constantinito Gus Didas could not be here today. He had a family emergency. We're recognizing him. Señor Presidente, Mr. Chairman, would you please come up and receive this, where's the recognition? On his behalf. Okay. Bienvenidos. I want to again acknowledge Council Members Cabrera and Cohen for being with us here today. I want to acknowledge the Judge Bianca Perez as well, Aisha Bravo, District Manager of Community Board 7, Oswald Feliz, State Committee Member of District 78, and of course, Rolando Céspedes, representing my brother, el congresista, el primer dominicano congresista, Adriano Espaillat. ¡Que viva la República Dominicana! Thank you.
Del desfile nacional dominicano, quiero presentarle al señor Wilton Cedeño.
Dominicano, ¿cómo estamos? Ahí. Gracias a Dios que nacimos en esa tierra tan bonita. Dominican Republic. Yeah. I'm very happy and very proud to be the president or the chair of the board of the Dominican Day Parade, but that cannot be done without a group of people. We have a strong board, and today I'm going to ask some of the board members that are here to come help us. First, I'd like to call up the Honorable Diana Reyna, which is putting all these events together for us, so thank you. Thank you. FDNY, Bernie Rodriguez, in charge of all volunteers. Bernie. Thank you, Bernie. And the wonderful Maria Lizardo, who's in charge of communications. Maria Lizardo. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. And in charge of scholarship initiatives is our very own Dr. Teodoro Regu. You have already met the dynamic Cristina Montero, who's our development chair. Cristina, muchas gracias. And you also have met el tesorero, the money man, Franklin Montero. I also like to recognize one of our big initiatives this year was that we were able to give $200,000 in scholarships. And the reason we do that is we try to keep costs down. Our volunteers tonight are scholarship winners. Yadisa Reyes, she's over there, serving drinks. Williana Almonte, at the reception desk, Yisbel Marrero, who's been working with the UN, United Nations, and traveling the whole world, and Kiara Bilza. From Georgetown, he missed our reception 2 weeks ago. We have Joey Fernandez. Joey, are you here? Joey, come up here, just say a few words. He missed the reception, and just say hello and thank everybody.
Well, I guess thank you everyone for coming. Thank the board for selecting me and helping me out. And well, basically, thank you. Yeah. That's cool. Yes, I'm currently a rising senior at Georgetown University where I study international politics, mostly security studies. Yeah.
And where are you going next week?
Next week I'm spending 10 weeks at the embassy in Moldova, which is this tiny country. I had not heard of it until last year when I got placed there, but it's going to be an exciting summer for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joey. Yeah, so again, all your effort, all your donations, that's where it goes to young, outstanding Dominican students. So thank you, Joey. And thank you to my good friend and board president, Ruben Diaz Jr. Thank you for all you do for us. We love you. Thank you. I think I got all the board members. The only person that I'm missing, somebody's pointed out, yes, I know, I left her for last, but I wanted to thank publicly Maria Curi, who has led this organization to tremendous heights, who has put this incredible group together, and who works tirelessly. Her passion for this organization is unmatchable by anyone. We just hope that we can do her proud, but she is still part of the group. And please let us welcome and let us thank Maria Curi, our immediate past chair. Maria Curi, come on. Everybody, let's hear her for her. Thank you, Maria. And just say a few words for us.
Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Please take a seat. It is truly an honor. Thank you so much, Board President Ruben Diaz Jr., for hosting us for the 5th year. We knew when we started 5 years ago, and you put it right on the mark. We've been learning together that we're not just a parade, and we've proven the fact that we're not. And the reason why we're not is because year after year, we fundraised. We were able to do almost 4 times the amount that we did last year. We gave out $200,000. $200,000. Can I please have the scholarship recipients on this side of the room alongside our board of directors? Please, stand right here. Thank you. You know, if you start anything, just like having a child, it takes time to nurture them. It takes time to feed their mind and to feed their soul. That's what we have done in the National Dominican Day Parade. A group of individuals that came together and had the passion and the understanding of what it meant to carry in your heart your culture and to hold your head up high and to love yourself and love those that love you and love your country and love the culture, but to also embrace diversity and encourage those that are not Dominicans to also stand with us.
you. We live in a world, we know the globalization of this world. We understand that we don't stand alone, that unless we are able to unify, then the only other option is to disunify. Nothing happens by its lonesome. The initiatives of the Dominican Day Parade, the National Dominican Day Parade, is to go full speed ahead. Our option is to continue to bank on what we know best. That's our youth, those are our students, these are the future. Scholarships from $1,000 to $10,000. And we asked of them because nothing is given without receiving. They have to be able to understand that they have to pass it forward. Not for the sake of this parade, but for the sake of understanding that a community will begin to get stronger when they also lead the way and lead the charge. And we hope that as a Dominican community of board of director, as wonderful and as diverse as they have been, and that they have given me such support, they will continue to give that support, and obviously in the wonderful leadership that we will have under the helm of Wilton Cedeño. But as also the way that we nurture our children, we teach them, and we want them to follow and to be leaders, and to be able to bring along a future and a vision, and to allow them the option of expression. And so we have a team, by what you look here, the succession is our only option. The National Dominican Day Parade belongs to all of us. We have different ideas, we have different initiatives. We want to make sure that those ideas and those initiatives are taken under the leadership helm, and so every 2 years you will see an amazing leader that we as a board of directors will continue to support, and we hope the community supports them as well. And what do I want from you? I want you to ask yourself this question. The National Dominican Day Parade has been around for 5 years. We've walked every borough, and this year, except for the borough of Staten Island, we're there as well. And it's every borough president that supports the National Dominican Day Parade. But you ask yourself this question. We've been around for 5 years. 37 years we celebrated our culture as a parade. And we've celebrated this 5 years. And every time we come, we ask of you to make sure that you either volunteer, you make sure that you tell others about what we do, celebrate with us, and help us grow our mission. So, there's a great website, DominicanParade.org. It's an easy button that says, boop, donate. Donate. If you believe in what we do, and if you believe in the culture, and if you heard the wonderful words of our borough president, as a community, we have to do it for ourselves. And I'll tell you, it doesn't mean that you have to give a lot. If each of us contribute $1, and we're supposed to be almost 1 million strong, what's the message that we're sending to other communities? We support our own. Ladies and gentlemen, as much as I want to ask all the different sponsors that we can get, as much as I want to ask every other community to join us and to be Dominican on August 11th, unless we ourselves give to each other and give to our parade so that we can continue to grow the mission, what are we saying? What is the message? So I challenge you to go into DominicanParade.org and press the button. And trust me, how many here already have given, of the ones that are standing here? How many that are standing here are supposed to give? Raise your hand. We have asked every 52 of our National Honor Scholars to give, to press the button. We didn't tell them what amount. We have already received donations close to $1,300 from the scholarship recipients. And we will next year have have a special honor roll, and we will list the individuals and the corporations that are giving to our National Dominican Day Parade, and you will be listed on our website in order for us to thank you and in order for us to recognize you. My job here tonight is to tell you that we want to continue to grow the vision of our next chair, which is to give $1 million. Before his term ends. It's not going to happen if we just sit down and do nothing. Again, the challenge is yours. Thank you so very much. I want to give this card because other guests have come to us, and I am committed more than ever to continue to grow the National Dominican Day Parade. Muchísimas gracias y buenas noches.
Tengo el honor de estar aquí con colegas del Consejo Municipal. Fui la primera mujer dominicana en el estado de Nueva York elegida. Y con gran orgullo sigo en el servicio público apoyando nuestra comunidad mucho más íntima, parte de este grupo de personas que son todos voluntarios. Y quería ya de parte nuestra darle la gracia al equipo del presidente del condado de Bronx. El tema de este desfile este año es muy clave, es muy clave. Son dominicanos, generaciones de americanos. Llegamos muchos por muchos tiempos y hemos progresado y eso se celebra. Y por eso estamos aquí, unidos, llegando, abriendo camino para la próxima generación. Eso no puede ser más importante que una persona, sino como comunidad. Así que sigan el apoyo, le agradecemos eternamente. Muchas gracias por su participación este día, esta noche, y esperen la llegada de los próximos condados que nos puedan acompañar, porque vamos a tener un calendario hasta que llegue el día del desfile, a donde vamos nacionalmente a anunciar lo que es el orgullo dominicano. Muchas gracias. Quiero presentar el grupo de Ramona Torres, grupo folclórico Dominican Dance Group. Bienvenidos.
Compadre Pedro Juan, baile el jaleo. Compadre Pedro Juan, que está sabroso. Aquella niña de los ojos verdes que tiene un cuerpo flexible, baile la templanza. Compadre Pedro Juan, no pierda el tiempo. Compadre Pedro Juan, saca en su dama. Acabará el merengue y no anda con cuidado, se quedará como perico atrapado. Compadre Juan, me dio de lado, a pan picado, a cotejao, de aquí para allá, de allá para acá, apriete la mano, por la madrugada. Compadre Juan, me dio de lado, a pan picado, me dio picado,